Good morning, Michelle Saxman here, and ready to share with you some time. Proverbs 21, and today's reflection led by Hope Church. The highlighted verse, Proverbs 21, verse 13. Those who shut their ears to the cries of the poor will be ignored in their own time of need. Reflection. In Matthew 25, we read Jesus's words of wisdom and warning. For I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. I was a stranger, and you did not welcome me. Naked, and you did not clothe me. Sick and in prison, and you did not visit me. This is about keeping our eyes open and up, and our ears attuned to the Spirit and the needs of those around us. It's about moving slowly enough and being quiet enough to make sure we don't miss the move of God in a broken, needy, and hurting world. It's so easy to get lost in our own worlds and in our own troubles, which is valid. We don't need to feel shame about that. However, it's important to make sure we don't eventually lose sight and close our ears altogether. Instead, let's keep our eyes open, heads up, and listening ears on. I think that's a great reflection for today in this journey of self-awareness when we're getting all caught up in our own world, in our own circumstances, that we lose sight of the bigger picture. And for me, I always like to talk about appreciative inquiry. When things kind of get tight and dark, look around for all in his creation that is working well. Chances are it's in where the humans are is where the chaos is. So just keep that in mind, making sure we're keeping our eyes open, our ears open, and also say our hands open. We've got to be wide receivers, tuning in to the word and the movement of God in the culture. So the reading for today is chapter 21. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. He directs it like the water course wherever he pleases. All a man's ways seem right to him, but the Lord weighs the heart. To do what is right and just is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. Haughty eyes and a proud heart, the lamp of the wicked are sin. 5. The plans of the diligent lead to profit, as surely as the haste leads to poverty. A fortune made by a lying tongue is a fleeting vapor and a deadly snare. The violence of the wicked will drag them away, for they refuse to do what is right. The way of the guilty is devious, but the conduct of the innocent is upright. Better to live on a corner of the roof than share a house with a quarrelsome wife. 10. The wicked man craves evil. His neighbor gets no mercy from him. When a mocker is punished, the simple gain wisdom. When a wise man is instructed, he gets knowledge. The righteous one takes note of the house of the wicked and brings the wicked to ruin. If a man shuts his ears to the cries of the poor, he too will cry out and not be answered. A gift given in secret soothes anger, and a bribe concealed in the cloak pacifies great wrath. When justice is done, it brings joy to the righteous, but terror to evildoers. A man who strays from the path of understanding comes to rest in the company of the dead. 17. He who loves pleasure will become poor. Whoever loves wine and oil will never be rich. The wicked become a ransom for the righteous, and the unfaithful for the upright. Better to live in a desert than with a quarrelsome and ill-tempered wife. 20. In the house of the wise are stories of choice food and oil, but a foolish man devours all he has. He who pursues righteousness and love finds life, prosperity, and honor. 22. A wise man attacks the city of the mighty and pulls down the stronghold in which they trust. He who guards his mouth and his tongue keeps himself from calamity. The proud and arrogant man, mocker is his name. He behaves with overweening pride. The sluggard's craving will be the death of him because his hands refuse to work. All day long he craves for more, but the righteous give without sparing. 27. The sacrifice of the wicked is detestable. How much more so when brought with evil intent. A false witness will perish, and whoever listens to him will be destroyed forever. 29. A wicked man puts up a bold front, but an upright man gives thought to his ways. There is no wisdom, no insight, no plan that can succeed against the Lord. The horse is made ready for the day of battle, but victory rests with the Lord. That last one right there, I will say, is one of the things that I've been really trying to make sure that I, practice what you preach. And that is that I know who holds the day. I may not know what the day holds, but I know who holds the day. And the Lord does not prepare the day for me. The Lord prepares me for the day. And it talks about the horse being ready. We can be as ready as we want, but you guys, it is the victory that will belong to the Lord because he knows the plan he has for us. And remembering to mind our tongue, to work on during this season of self-awareness, that we are pulling the weeds. We're sitting, we're going, God, you know me. Allow these things to bubble up. None of us are perfect. Every single one of us has sinned. So Father, show us the ways where we are turning, that are facing the culture, where we are trying to seek the pleasure, the purpose, the support, the enoughness of other humans, when in reality, all we really need is to know that we are who you call us to be in this day. So the king's rage is like the roar of a lion, but his favor is like the dew on the grass. The violence of the wicked will drag them away. The way of the guilty is devious. I like this one. Better to live on the corner of a house, to have just a small space of safety and refuge where we can experience his peace, than to have a huge house filled with quarrel. And I heard a funny one on, I think it was Instagram, I'm not really sure. And it says, it was the one about the better to live in a desert than with a quarrelsome and ill-tempered wife. And it was really funny. And she was calling, she was like, Jesus, hey, Jesus, it's me. And you talked about dropping them off in the desert rather than live with an ill-tempered wife. So is there a specific desert we need to drop him off? So just finding humor, having fun in the funk. We're on a journey of self-awareness. We are learning to pull the weeds, plant the seeds, cultivate the fruits of the Spirit. And I think the biggest one is self-control, learning to control our temper, learning to control our mouths, learning to control our thoughts. So y'all have a super blessed day. Stay connected to the vine, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.